But now guys, it's of course important to be able to spot good breakouts, but it's also super important to be able to identify the signs of a failed breakout. If you didn't know, failed breakouts are actually a super common trading strategy. So if you get really good at identifying failed breakouts, you can both improve your breakout trades, but you can also become a better failed breakout trader. So let's take a look at the signs here of a failed breakout, and after this we will also take a look at a famous example of a failed breakout. But as for the signs here, the first sign we're looking out for is decreased or similar momentum. So if we break a level but the momentum is not increasing, that is a sign that we might be talking about a failed breakout. The next sign we're looking out for here is a weak candle close or even wicks above or below the level. So if the candle just closes slightly above the level, or if the candle simply wicks above and then quickly dips below the resistance or the opposite for support, that is a sign of a failed breakout. The third point here is that we're seeing no increase in volume. So perhaps we're seeing a pretty strong breakout, but if the volume is not following, that might be a sign of a failed breakout. That alone doesn't mean that we have a failed breakout, but the more of these points that we stack together, the more likely that we're seeing a failed breakout. The next point here is that the level is minor or not clearly visible on the chart. So remember from the Bitcoin example, that level was the most obvious level on the whole Bitcoin chart. So that made it a very good trading opportunity. But if the level is, hidden or not clearly visible, this can be a bad sign. Last but not least, we're talking about no clear price action confirmation. So now guys, let's take a look at an example of a failed breakout. And once again, in this example, I actually shows a level that is super clearly visible on the chart. So if you take a look at this gold chart right here, you can see this level at around 2070 was the all-time high that gold printed all the way back here in August 2020. We saw another strong reaction here. This was in March 2022. We saw yet another reaction at this level here in May 2023. But then at this point right here, and remember, the first sign of a failed breakout is decreased or similar momentum. And as we can see here, the green candle here that pushed all the way up to the level was actually a strong bullish momentum candle. So it started off good, but the reason that wasn't a breakout at all was because, as you can see, the candle right here did not close above the resistance, so that was not a valid breakout. And if we take a look at the next candle, this was an extreme candle, you can see that the price during the candle, we saw all the signs here of a strong breakout. The price pushed all the way up here, but before the candle closed, the bears came in and pushed the price all the way down there. So what we saw here was that the momentum shifted from strong bullish momentum to strong bearish momentum. Or in other words, we saw decreased momentum, and that is a strong sign of a failed breakout. The other sign of a failed breakout is that we either have a weak candle close above or that we are seeing wicks above or below the level. And in this case, you can see that we had a massive wick right above the level. As for the volume, you can see that we actually saw increased volume, and this is a, good sign of a breakout, right? Well, this is only true if we actually close above the level. If the price reverses like it did right here and we see lots of volume, that actually makes the breakout even worse. We also had no price action confirmations. So the only thing we had going for us on this breakout was that we had a clearly visible level. But what you also can see here is that the price came up to this level once again, right? And we tried yet another breakout. But in this case, we had no increase in momentum. 2, we had no clear candle close above the level. 3, we had no strong increase in volume. 4, the level is still clearly visible, so that is something we still have going for us. But 5, we had no price action confirmation. So in this case, 4 out of 5 signs were bearish. So this is yet another sign that the breakout will fail, and indeed the breakout failed here. But guys, if we look a little bit to the right here, we can see that the price eventually broke above. Here we saw a beautiful breakout, we saw increased momentum, strong candle close, and all that good stuff. This video was just a very short clip from our full price action trading course. So when you have the time, I highly recommend to click or tap on the screen right here to watch the full video.